Hi there, Brenda Merritt-Tamata, also known as Quantum Field Coach. I'm making this right after doing Bowtech 11 for the first time, Blessing of the Energy Centers 11, and I wanted to capture as much as I can of the absolute miraculous experience I had. What comes to mind is I'm wholly loved and freed, and I want to do my best to get everything into a 15-minute video so I can turn it into Give to Give Foundation and Inner Research Fund. I have their research file that I can upload. So let's see, first and foremost, one thing I wanted to note is that receiving into my centers from 7 also, it was kind of like a crowding out, if you will. For everything that was received, there was something that was released, and the release was extremely intense. For one, I had a hysterectomy in 95, and first of all, I want to say there's going to be trigger warnings of domestic violence mentioned, and grief and chronic illness. So I wanted to say that up front. With one, so the hysterectomy, I went through massive grief. Like I had no longer a reason to live in the past when I had that surgery. With my spontaneous healing of 15 diseases, I honestly have fallen in love with my life. I had no idea there was anything left there. However, the crowding out when I was able to give the molecules of progesterone, and I so felt it. Oh, it was so intense of a way to give that part of my body love. And I didn't realize that there was still any energy left there of feeling like I no longer had a reason to live, because my womanness that I was born to create with was taken out of my body. And I kind of sensed something when I was listening to the introduction when he was talking about molecules for the ovaries, and I got a twinge. Oh, I don't have those. And then he said progesterone, and I got excited, but I had no idea the power and the tears. Oh my gosh, my satin blindfold is soaked. So that was one, and it was beautiful. And oh my God, I was so grateful that I was able to give myself that much love in that area of all places. I had 4 kids living, and now I have 3 living. And so you can imagine that my mama bear is very grateful right now for that. And then 2, that was very transformational. This is the domestic violence trigger. So in the past, when I was 26, so 33 years ago, my dad almost broke my back and neck with his knee in my neck and the rest of his leg weight on my back, and I had to crawl to a neighbor's. Anyway, I've totally, as I choke on it, I totally have forgiven him. Maybe not. That was interesting. So anyway, ever since, I have had I didn't know until about 3 years ago, but ever since, I had in the past, I had a communication issue right here with the vagus nerve. And for the last 3 years, I've been going to acupuncture, and we've been working on it almost every week without fail. Every time I go, sometimes I miss a week. So the beautiful thing about the studies I've been doing on brain health is that I know that a lot of these neuropeptides and stuff were actually created originally in the brain, in the gut. And so I backtracked when I was listening to the introduction because I didn't hear him say what was going to be released into the second center. And I thought, well, wait a minute. No, it's actually going to go from the gut up to the brain. But what happened for me was that I have a new way of communicating with my gut and my brain, and it's not the vagus nerve. And oh my God, like, I can't tell you, coming from a place where I had 3 inches of no oxygen going through my gut from chronic gut health for a variety of reasons, all the way from chronic trauma from the time of 2 until you name it, 200 bottles of antibiotics, blah, blah, blah. I've healed all that with Dr. Joe's work and some other stuff. However, like, this communication has still been a thing. And I've been doing Dr. Joe's work now since November of 2022. So this new way of communicating, oh my God, I got so excited. Like, oh, there's my gut, there's my brain. And you can see I'm so excited. And more tears of gratitude. And what came with that also was I've recently came out as soul sexual. And I became very, very comfortable that I have it all over my social media, even though, like, I have a lot of different, like, identity issue people on my professional profile and stuff. It's okay now. And I noticed that the fear and insecurity and feeling unsafe of a recent 30-minute video I posted about an experience I've been vowed to silence, to keep quiet about, when I had a near-death exalted experience in '85. In March, I was actually given the go-ahead to be able to open up and talk about this. So I put a 30-minute video on my all my social media the other day, and I reached out and asked people for input and stuff. Anyway, the fear of that was released when I got this connection going between my gut and brain. And I literally have been experiencing, well, in the past, from December until now, I've been having a flare-up of IBS from 4 very intense trauma experiences, and my body and mind were diagnosed with complex PTSD, which I had been symptom-free from, thanks to the work I've been doing since November. Actually, since August, I said my sacred yes with Michael Bernard Beckwith, and that's what led me to Dr. Joe. And so it's actually all started in August, but with Dr. Joe's work, November, and then in March, plant-based nutrition. And so anyway, I actually just, this is so beautiful. Like, I had a moment in the meditation, just to, like, put a side note. I had a moment in the meditation. Did Dr. Joe make this just for me? Because seriously, 2 days ago, I had about 10 blood tests ordered and a colonoscopy ordered and a sleep test ordered. I don't need none of that now. I can tell you right now for sure. So anyway, there's more about the gut, but it's already been 9 minutes, so I want to go forward to the third. So now the third, okay, so I'm not sure if this is okay to really talk about as far as, like, doing any kind of a story of transformation, but I'm going to tell you on this video. I've been doing Dr. Sue Morter's energy code breath work, and she has this sacral breath that I am amazed that I can do it, because it's extremely complicated. And it was so weird because I hadn't even been doing her Mula Bandha breath or anything from 1 and 2 or anything. But in the third, I've been doing her sacral breath a lot, because the front model of the soul integration that she teaches in the sacral is about mental stability when you come from the front side, and the back side is mental instability. And so with the chronic, the recent traumas and the complex PTSD flare and the IBS flare, I've been doing the sacral breath, and just like my body just started doing the breath. I'm like, oh yeah, let's do that. But then I did it not very long. I usually do it for at least 5 minutes. And I did it for like maybe 6 breaths, but I didn't want to like take away from my experience with Bowtech 11. So I stopped, and then I intuitively did it again, and just a couple breaths, and I stopped again. But like the ability to do it was so natural and not a challenge. And like it's her most difficult breath, she says. And for some reason, I've been able to do it since the first time. Anyway, so in this center, I found my power. So when I first started Dr. Joe's work, I was in a 12-step programs, and I released them right away when I started doing Breaking the Habit of Being Yourself in January, because I realized it's a power over model. And I've still kind of had a challenge up to now about the having will. And that's like a no-no in those. And I noticed that I still had some lingering effects. It's gone. So that's the thing, is like this crowding out. And also the energy. With the plant-based nutrition, I had been having amazing energy, sustainable, like wanting to run a marathon. And between that and the elevated emotions with all the meditation, life's been amazing until these traumas. I have been wanting to sleep right after I eat, and that got released and shifted and balanced. And I really felt that. And the connections between, like, it's so natural, and I'm so incredibly grateful that it's available for people that haven't been to week-longs, because if you don't know this, I haven't been to one yet, and I've already been able to do all this without going. So thank you. And then 4, my feeling and finding my center was like my whole chest by this point. And again, like I'm crying in each chakra. And my 4, I was able to really love everything about what had happened so far and burst into tears again. And that was transformational. And I was able to start getting some answers that I wasn't aware of, being able to really be comfortable with this new breaking the vow of silence since 85. And that I was able, and I was actually going like this, and it was, that's the first time for me. So that was really awesome. And I was bawling. And then 5, it was very powerful about being okay, that I've spoke my truth and there's more to come. And I'm noticing there's a lot of release since I've been talking with this. Oh my God, I only have a minute and a half. So 6, my Bowtech symbol is a beautiful dragonfly, purple, teal, turquoise, and it's beautiful. And it came up, and I was able to identify what it was that I was given and vowed to silence back then. It was access to the Akashic codes and the Akashic records to utilize for Akashic codes. I don't even know if anything's even talked about it with the Akashic codes. So that was amazing. And I've been having this sense of urgency feeling of needing to hurry up. But what I realized in this area is the urgency is that I finally get to do something with all this information. I'm running out of time. I only have 30 seconds. So anyway, that's my 15-minute video for doing research. I would love to do a story of transformation. I have so much more to say. And I wasn't able to before for certain reasons that I'm not going to go into details here about. But anyway, please consider my information. I would love to be of service for you guys. Thank you.